Hello and welcome to the We Hate Anime podcast. I'm your host, Scrimbledy Dimbles, and with me is Florble Slaps and Slapnopper.
Here we go, y'all.
Just in all seriousness, this is the We Hate Anime B-Sides, also known as the WHAn cast. And with me are the two guys who I've decided to tie to the basement in my room, and, tie to the basement of my house, and forced to watch a bunch of One Piece movies with me. Lardo and Sudoku.
I haven't been fed in 3 days.
This is my idea.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Chick-fil-A's closed on Sunday. That's the only day I can feed you.
The homophobia chicken. Just out.
Dude, it's so good, though. I'll be honest with you. I care less about gay rights than chicken nuggets.
Do you have a Sam's Club?
I don't. We don't have a Sam's Club up here. We used to. This is actually, I was going to tell you guys a story about how I live next to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house, but I guess I got to tell you the Sam's Club story.
That is not in Alaska.
You said
it's
you
in the
don't
name
live
of the
near a
movie.
Sam's Club. How do you have a Sam's Club store if you don't live near one?
Well, no, that's the story. So, like, Alaska used to have, I want to say, 2 Sam's Clubs and, like, 3 Costco's. And you know where the Sam's Clubs were? Because they're, like, budget Costco. So we always put them in front of the military bases, like you do with Target. Mm-hmm. And so we had a Sam's Club by the military base, and then we had a Sam's Club by, like, the lower middle income place in Anchorage. And I know this is, like, I'm sounding like I'm just crucifying people here. That's not the case. But they both went out of business, and they're like, yeah, we're having a going out of business sale. So the first thing they did is they sold everything at cost, which, honest, if you guys know, like, Sam's Club, you know that doesn't actually change the price all that much.
I've never been to Sam's Club before.
It's like Costco. I think they have to have a limit on how much they can sell something for.
I love Sam's Club.
Dude, I love Sam's Club's food court so much more than Costco. Like, you can say what you want about the hot dogs, Sam's Club has the better food court.
A lot of edit that out.
No. I'm keeping that in. I'm making it louder.
Yeah, set up a reverb for it. So everything was like it's basically 15% off at the point, like 13% off at the point in which they sell it at cost. Yeah. And then they started selling everything at like 20% off, and then they got like down to about 50% off. And my dad, who was also my manager at the time, was like, "Hey guys, we should go to Costco and like see if they have any steaks or something." And yes. I'm sitting here like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, they've been on like going out of business for 2 weeks. They're not gonna have steaks. And he's like, no, they'll have some pork chops. We'll cook up some pork chops for lunch. And I'm like, I'm like trying to explain to my father that we live in Alaska where people will steal something if it's 10% off. Like, so we go to Sam's Club and it's just empty. And I need you guys to understand what I mean by empty. Like, you walk in and there are no shelves. There are people literally carrying shelves out of the store.
Yes.
I remember when my local Hastings closed.
Yeah, but like the Hastings.
Yeah, but the Hastings had those like 4-foot tall like DVD shelves that are like, aluminum and super light. I'm talking like steel reinforced industrial shelves, and people are just walking out with them. Good. And so my dad goes in there and he starts getting really mad. He's like, all that's left is rice.
So you had rice for dinner. That's what I'm hearing.
There's just rice and napkins.
That sounds like a meal to me, man.
You just put the napkins in the rice and get porridge.
Yeah, no, you just like, kind of like mix it around. It adds texture.
If I find another depressing like childhood living in a car story out of this, I'm gonna cry. So my dad just starts, like, screaming in Sam's Club, in this empty Sam's Club. He's like, where's the steaks? Like, the smartest man I know is just screaming in a Sam's Club, like, 3 weeks into a going out of business sale. Where's the steak?
The smartest man you know would do Sam's Club 3 weeks into going out of business for steak.
You know what? That explains a lot about Moth. It really does.
No, we are exactly the same. It's the moment, like, we will plan something, and we will plan something in our minds weeks before we decide to go do it. And then if something goes wrong once we get there, like, my mom and my wife know, because we just get, like, silent for half a second. And my wife is like, oh no. Like, It's like, he's gonna throw a hubby tantrum. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And my dad and I are the exact same, like, the moment our wives start mentioning, like, the whole, like, hey, you're about to throw a tantrum. We're like, no, we're not.
No.
I'm not about to throw a tantrum. You're about to throw a tantrum.
You are.
So my dad...
like, now if I throw a tantrum, it's your fault.
Moth just... In the ultimate defense strategy, Moth turns it around on his wife, gaslights her, makes her think it's all her fault, and then just forgets about it.
Like, I'm trying to remember, like, the last time that happened. I think I went to a restaurant, like, specifically because of one of their ice cream dishes or something.
Yeah.
And so I have this delicious, well-cooked meal. And I'm like, alright, now I want to do your blueberry sorbet. And the guy's like, oh no, we rotated that out like 2 weeks ago. We're on lemon now. And,
what?
It's like, just how to ruin a perfect meal right there.
Just like saying no to you. It's not about the fact that they said no. It's about the fact that you were like so excited for it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, because like I said, it's like, this is something that me and my dad who's gone now, we would just plan these things, and I still do it. Like, you plan it in your mind for weeks. You're like, this is going to be the perfect thing. Like, I'm going to take my wife to this event, and it's going to be so much fun. She's going to love it. And then you get there, and like the event was canceled, and you had no idea, and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah,
that happened to me. I love the Monte Cristo sandwich from Cheddar's. If you've never had it, then you don't understand. You can never understand.
Wait, have either of you eaten at a Kneaders before?
The fuck's a Kneaders?
Be
You made that up.
when you say that.
No, it's Kneaders, like you're kneading dough.
Never heard of it.
Okay, yeah, it's a West Coast wine mom thing, so never mind.
Okay, so the closest Cheddar's is an hour away. So my mom and my wife and I, we go out of town for some reason. I don't remember why. And we were like, hey, while we're here, let's go to Cheddar's. I'm like, hell yeah. Fucking give me a Monte Cristo. It's going to make my entire fucking week.
Okay, by the way, I gotta put this out here because we do have listeners out of not in America. Going an hour to eat at fast food is not uncommon for Americans.
Yeah, like, it depends.
Depends on the day. Sometimes I will just fucking drive to Oklahoma City to eat at fucking BJ's.
Well, that's actually the thing. We had a Sonic open up in Fairbanks, and Fairbanks is about most people say it's a 7-hour drive. I say it's 5. It's like a 5-hour drive out of Anchorage to get to Fairbanks. And people were literally driving from Anchorage to Fairbanks and staying at the nearby hotel when they had to wait in line too long to go to the new Sonic when it opened.
We have 3 Sonics in this small town.
Dude, I'm jealous. I haven't seen a Sonic in like a year.
That's what happens when you live in Oklahoma. There's Sonics fucking everywhere because this is where their HQ is.
So for you Europeans there, like after church on Sunday, like we'll all get in the car and we'll try to find like the nearest buffet that Dad's not banned from anymore for like screaming at a black person.
Oh, no.
So we will drive like an hour to go to a buffet after church on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. So Cheddar's, yeah, keep going. So we get to Cheddar's, and I'm fucking hyped for this Monte Cristo. Yeah. When I say eating a Monte Cristo makes my entire month, I'm not joking. I fucking love that shit. We sit down. I'm like, I would like the Monte Cristo, please. And he's like, he looks at me, he says, we're out. And I had to sit there. I was like, can you give me like 10 minutes to look at the menu and see if you have literally anything else that I would care about?
Yeah.
Literally, you go to a restaurant for so long, you like literally don't know what else is on the menu.
That's when I found out that they have steaks. Steak was pretty alright, but it wasn't a Monte Cristo.
Okay, what is a Monte Cristo, please? Like,
so a Monte Cristo depends. Some places cook it differently, but at Cheddar's, a Monte Cristo is just a ham and cheese sandwich that they batter and deep fry.
Okay,
they serve it with raspberry preservative. It is the best sandwich I have ever had in my life.
You're just eating a ham and cheese French toast.
Yes.
You know you could go get a McGriddle from McDonald's, right?
No, it's not the fucking same.
Cancer from McDonald's if you try hard enough.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what story of somebody who's like, I ate fries every day for, like, fat emu, or chubby emu, just like, this man ate chicken nuggets from McDonald's for 3 months straight. Look at what happened to his lungs.
Yo, that's how I'm trying to be, for real.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Chubby Emu is just this not chubby Asian doctor who, like, I think he works in New York. And he just, like, comes in with these stories. He's like, this dude shoved 300 vitamin gummies up his ass every day. You won't believe what happened to his eyeballs. And it's all medically true. He's not making stuff up. It's just the most insane stories. Like, this dude drank tanning lotion. Like, all these things that people do to, like, try and be healthy. And what's really scary is, as a bodybuilder, I'm right there with them, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you can't tell, we don't have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, that's right. This is the One Piece podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2.
Turn on the TV right now.
Moth, would you like to introduce the thing we watched today?
They hit the Trump Towers. Turn on the TV right now.
Turn on the TV!
Did you guys see that, the Azumangadayo comic that's been going around?
I have, yeah.
I don't know what you just said to me.
It's the one that it's like, they turned on the towers. Or they hit the towers, turned on the TV.
I've been quoting that line to my friend for like 2 months now. I'm so happy that it got like spread around like wildfire.
That's the thing though, like I was literally there in class when it happened, and I gotta see all the...
You were like, teacher, turn on the TV!
No, like, we're kids. We don't know what's going on, and this is 2001 before the internet, so it's like I can look at my phone and get an Amber Alert, like, missing airplane, and then the Amber Alert ends when they find the airplane in the side of a tower.
I realized this movie came out, like, only a few months before 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. And they take out a tower in that movie, too. One Piece predicts the future.
Yeah, One Piece pulls the Simpsons.
It's like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Zoro, turn on the TV. They hit Clockwork Island, Zoro.
So we watched the second One Piece movie, released in
2001.
2001.
March 5th, I think we said.
I thought it was like June 6th or something. It was something like that. March 6th, probably.
Clockwork Island Adventure.
Yeah.
Released, the latest episode before the release was episode 60.
What is
happens
filler.
In episode 60, Pseudo?
Fucking who knows?
So for those of you, because apparently we did get some people to start watching One Piece.
Which is
my recommendation is look up a website called animefillerlist.com.
No, you can tell when it's filler. Don't worry. No, you don't need that list.
Okay, but you also have situations like the end of Thriller Bark, which would have been probably the best arc in the series, except they decided to spend the last 12 episodes doing nothing but what's the word for it? Like flashbacks. And so if you look at Anime Thriller List, it'll actually Filler List will actually tell you like those episodes are mostly filler and you can skip them.
I will tell you, I think a lot of the filler One Piece is pretty good. I would not recommend skipping I think it's the G8, G9 arc. That's a fun filler, and the one right after CP9 is fun.
Yeah. So
that's a good one.
But yeah, back to the movie. So this
movie.
So this is the second One Piece movie release. This is the best movie. That's the second One Piece movie. That's my opinion on it.
Technically, this is the third One Piece movie.
No,
OVAs are movies, Moth.
That's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
What original video adaptation? That sounds like a movie to me.
No, you're gay. No more talking. So basically, this is the second One Piece movie.
It played in theaters.
No. You weren't at the theaters.
That is fair.
You weren't at the theaters.
You are, Moth, as we've established, you are not the One Piece expert on this podcast.
Yeah, you skipped like the first. I think you skipped the things before this movie. You skipped.
You have not even finished One Piece because you never started it.
Yeah, I did. I started at episode like 18.
Yeah, that's not starting. Count.
It doesn't count.
You started when One Piece was able to drink, but it doesn't matter. You didn't grow up with him. You didn't act like an appropriate father. You don't get the rights to say that you raised it. All right. Now back to the movie.
You know how I'm a libertarian, or I'm not a libertarian anymore.
How so?
Because I started One Piece at episode 18.
Exactly.
Damn.
Wait, hold on. Before we actually talk about the movie, this does fit the child criteria. There is a child.
It really does.
Yes, there's a child in this movie. This is the third movie in a row that has a child, or third thing we've watched in a row that has a child.
So it is the third movie.
It's not a movie.
Oh my god.
Okay. Moth, would you like to give a brief plot synopsis of what happened in this movie?
No, one of you can take that. I have like the entire thing pulled up of all the voice actors, so one of you can hit the synopsis.
I'll go ahead and take it. All right.
Okay.
So basically, at the start of the movie, the main crew gets robbed of their ship, and Luffy is like, "Whoa, our ship is so talented, isn't it?" And they're just like, "No, it's being stolen, you moron." And he's like, "What?" And so they just take like this dinky little like swan boat that can barely fit them all, and then they get stolen by like these two like random dudes. One of them is like 30, the other is like 8.
And they have to get all their clothes from a wedding rental place.
Yeah, no, that's how they explain the different outfits in this movie. They just had to like, they just like lost all their clothes. They had to go like grab them from a wedding rental.
By the way, this is the first One Piece movie to do that. By the way.
Yeah, this is the first one that has different outfits.
Yeah, and then it became a staple, and it's really based.
Well, it's actually it's a staple with Oda's work. I want to say he started it as early as like Alabasta, where they started changing what they were wearing during the arc.
Yeah.
No, it's
the most stripped up cast in Shonen.
True, but yeah. So basically, so the two people catch them. They say that they're the Great Thief Brothers, and they're like, hey,
what brothers are they?
Great Thief Brothers? I don't remember.
They're the Trump brothers?
No, that's
not
the
them.
villains.
They're not the Trump They're not the Trump siblings.
Wait, they're not?
No, the Trump siblings are like the villains.
Wait, was it like Skunker and something were the Trump brothers? Skunk 1?
It's the Trump siblings.
Wait, so because they're Trump cards.
Yeah.
I want to slap the shit out of you. Continue.
So the Great Thief Brothers catch them and are like, we're gonna take over the world, and then they're like, but first we need this special clock on this Clockwork Island. You roll credits, and so the team goes there. No. I completely forgot. At the start, they get like attacked by the villains. And the first one you see is this naked woman whose art style changes when they pan to her.
Oh man, so can I talk about this?
Yeah.
Talk about Honey Queen.
So no. So there's actually like a distinct style of like hentai from that era, and the only reason I know about this is because when I was about 11, I was buying the Tenchi Muyo DVDs out of a magazine. And so when you get these magazines, you basically like they staple like all the magazines together because they're not just going to send you like the shonen magazines. So you get a catalog, and the catalog has everything in it, and then it has a like back section that's sealed. It's like, so once you open it, you can't reseal it. So it's like a way for parents to know if you went to like the porn section. Yeah. And then you get like the pictures in it. So it like totally defeats the purpose of like sending these kids out these magazines to order from. And that art style is 1-to-1 like the exact same that they used in hentai like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, no, it's like super shiny, super round. You see the woman's ass before you see like her full face. Like like she's in like a hot tub, and then she like jumps out. They do the funny little Sanji gag. But
then Nami changes to that style too.
Yeah, no. Everyone changes to that style. Like her ass was so huge it like shifted the entire like art style of the thing for a little bit. And so the Straw Hats, because they were robbed and don't have like any weapons or like any other gear, just get like absolutely swamped. No, actually they were putting up a fight, but then Usopp was just like, "We gotta get out of here," and does like a Scooby-Doo really fast rowboat tug.
But that's.
The shit was funny.
It was really
but
funny.
He literally has hammer pants. Like that's like Usopp's ability is like hammer pants.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any of his gear.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gun, which is what he needs to thrive.
Sanji doesn't have shoes. That's how they nerfed him.
Yeah, no, Sanji doesn't have shoes, so every kick does some damage to him. He gets proc bleed. And so they leave. They talk for a bit, then they get absolutely swamped, and then Nami gets kidnapped because they're like, oh hey, she's pretty sexy. The main big bad will like him. Will like her.
It's very important to know that Honey Queen's a lesbian.
Yes. Honey Queen is the name of the naked lady who shifts art styles.
So real quick before
that's her devil fruit power.
Yeah, she is made of liquid. I'll let you guys keep going because I do want to talk about the voice actors, but not yet.
No rush, man. Go ahead.
Oh no! I was gonna keep telling the plot because this is the point where I can admit I was most guilty of actually doing research while watching it. So this is a little bit of a haze for me.
Yeah.
This part also has my favorite gag in the movie.
Oh, which one?
Where Honey Queen starts talking about how their boss is going to do. She can't wait to watch him do this.
Oh, become the king of the pirates?
Nami. No.
Yeah, the boss wants to become king of the pirates. That's a bit of a small thing, but yeah. But Honey Queen is just I can't wait to watch the boss do this and that to Nami. Go on,
yeah, and then the crew is like, this and that? What do you mean? And then there's just a huge pause.
It's
and then the guy just throws a bomb at the ship.
Yeah, it's just 10 seconds of silence. They don't even cut to a new shot before he blows them all up. So basically, Sanji's shoeless, Zoro's swordless, Luffy gave his hat to Nami, by the way, so Luffy's hatless, and
that's like when you're playing Super Mario 64 and you lose your hat, so you take twice the damage.
Exactly, yeah. So,
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a mechanic.
Yeah,
no, if you lose your hat.
Yeah, so they just get trashed, and they go to Clockwork Island with the Thief Brothers. The Thief Brothers are like, we gotta take them out. You see, they're at the top of this, and they introduce, the townsfolk who are going through the thing. This movie really reminds me of the one with Shiki. We're not gonna talk about it now. We'll get to that when we get to that. This is definitely the groundwork for that. Basically, they meet the townsfolk who are just he has an iron rule over this island. He really controls it all. He's on top of that great big tower that you have to infiltrate, and Luffy's just okay, let's just beat the shit out of him, just fucking kill him. And it's and so they get this is a really good gag. They get to this area with a bunch of traps, and the Thief Brothers okay, so here's the plan. Basically, when they have to leave to go scour the depths of the ocean, they open up this cave that will allow our entry point in. We have to wait there. Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro just start going up the trap-filled stairway because they're just impatient and ready to get going.
Which is funny because then Usopp gets caught first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usopp followed behind him. It's so good.
I have some issues with how they treated Usopp in this movie, but overall, just from what we're describing so far, this is already head and shoulder above the first movie. By the way, same director, so this is so I'll start talking right now.
Yeah.
Junji Shimizu is working on this again. He's a director for hire. He actually doesn't stick with projects. I think I don't know if this is a real anime or not, but Honey Precure, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
He's directed every single movie for that. And he's done movies 1, 3, and episodes of Chopper. And it's really nice to see this director get more and more familiar with the source material. Because this is head and shoulders above the other ones. The only thing he stayed on is Slam Dunk. And he did half the storyboards for that anime. So, I mean, this guy's really, really, at the end of the day, when you look at, all the people who've done famous works in Japan, for anime, I'm going to go ahead and say this is, kind of a C-lister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, but he's showing that he's not actually, he could be a B-lister, an A-lister, it just doesn't seem like he wants to work. Because he doesn't have all that much under his belt, but he is doing really well with these movies right now. 1 wasn't bad, it was a decent entry point, but you can see right now that 2 is amazing.
Yeah. One important thing about this movie that I think is really good is that every single Straw Hat has, either a slight arc or, really defining moments that just, are, they're big, overcome adversity type, which I think is really good. It's like a group focus movie.
Which I think you see that again, because I haven't seen a lot of the other movies, but you see that again in the Island of Dr. Monroe. Like, yeah.
Stop! Why do you keep calling it that?
Because when I was a kid, that was probably how I was first introduced to furries. Have you not seen that movie? Like,
I know what movie you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
I don't.
You should watch it because, like, at one point there's a straight up furry orgy in it.
Well, yeah,
that doesn't make me want to watch
has
it.
That.
Yeah, and it ends with a lynching.
like a sausage party.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's, you really don't see the characters. I don't know if you don't or not, but like seeing the characters all do something unique to them, just it kind of feels like that David back fight again.
Yeah. Like, and it's not very often you really see all the characters work together at once in One Piece. You see it in the Davy back fights. You see it in Thriller Bark.
You see it? No, you don't see it during Dressrosa. Did they have the whole crew in Dressrosa? Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. That's when the crew splits up.
One actually fun fact of that is in One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, in the Thriller Bark boss, you know how like in the anime it was like, oh, Luffy becomes a zombie, takes him out. Because they didn't want to model for that, they had it so that like every Straw Hat like kind of contributes into taking part down the big zombie of Thriller Bark.
That's what kills me.
That's what happens.
They have like 3 variants of Luffy, and there's over 100 characters in Pirate Warriors 3, and they couldn't be asked to model one more.
It was a very zombie Luffy.
My favorite thing though is if you saw that in Thriller Bark, it required every single member of the crew to take down Gecko.
Yeah, this isn't a spoiler, by the way. No one remembers Thriller Bark. Don't worry about it.
Which is sad because I would actually put Thriller Bark as a top 3 arc for me.
That's just how it is sometimes.
No, but what's funny, I think I've literally said this, like, my top 3 arcs all happen, like, one after another. But backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
Yeah. Impel Down, Amazon Lily, and honestly, I think Amazon Lily, because I need to check, but I think Amazon Lily came out right before Strong World.
You just like Amazon Lily because all of your blood, you just lose all your blood when you watch it.
No, I don't think Bo is attractive. I actually hate her as a character.
No, but the society.
When you got an all-woman society, you eventually get bored because you don't have anybody to bro out with. And it's like, you're only marrying one of them. You still got monogamy, so now it's just monogamy with extra temptation. This is actually hell for me. Which is fine.
So back to the movie.
No, but like, what's really weird is Boa Hancock is supposed to be like the perfect Japanese woman. Like, apparently she always wins the surveys in Japan for like the most attractive girl in One Piece.
Yeah.
Her sister is so much hotter.
What's wrong with you?
Sander Sonia is so much hotter than her.
Is that the blue-haired one or the fat one?
The blue-haired one.
I agree.
Dude, she's so hot. And that's the thing, is like every time I've hung out with One Piece nerds, I'll be like, so you guys agree that like Sander Sonia is hotter than Boa? And like all their wives will always be like, the fuck is wrong with you guys? But no, like every guy I know agrees.
It's the correct opinion, objectively.
It really is. Sorry, Oda, your gag character is hotter than your second waifu. So yeah, back to the movies.
So back to the movie. They get in the trap.
Usopp gets crucified.
We're not there yet. Yeah. Slow down.
Well, to be fair, not too much happens in between that. Basically, they try to keep going up. Sanji gets nuked. They get attacked by Skunk Man, who is this French guy with a really big nose who's like, oui, I smell like skunk.
And he Robbie Rotten.
Robbie Rotten, the Skunk Man. He just like owns them all, and they just can't do anything about it.
Well, that's when Usopp has his big character mode where he's like, I'm going to show you courage, and then
he gets smoked.
Yeah.
Literally gets smoked.
Yep.
But he got smoked for the good of everyone else. So you know what? Kind of a Chad.
So this movie also, because the first movie they did, they had a lot of throwaway voice actors. Like I went back and I looked, and there's not a lot to remember from the first movie.
Yeah.
This movie is actually the beginning of something they did. But what's really interesting is every single character in this movie, every secondary character, shows up later in One Piece, which is actually a staple. Because Strong World, the clown that follows Golden Shiki around, the weird doctor clown, he immediately transitions to being Caesar. And that's also Frieza's voice actor.
Yeah.
But, so in this, a lot of these characters come back. But what's interesting is they all come back, like, 20 years later. I think the earliest one to come back is Honey Queen, and she comes back as Rebecca in Dressrosa. But everyone else is Wano arc. It's so interesting.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Also, the biggest dick in the entire group is Honey Queen.
Absolutely.
So she is Hayashibara Megumi. She did the original I, Valentine. She's got a permanent role on Detective Conan. She did Rei from Evangelion. She's Hello Kitty. She's Mimi from Mimi.
Wait, she's Hello Kitty?
She
Hello
is
Kitty
Kitty,
became a lesbian naked woman in One Piece? What?
And ultimately she ends up doing Rebecca in Dressrosa, which, like, you know, One Piece is the be-all for a lot of actors, like voice actors.
Yeah.
It is such a secondary role on her, like, massive voice acting page that it's so funny to me.
Yeah, so Rebecca's like a huge character, but like as like in that whole scope of voicing a character in fucking Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebecca doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, and then so she's the biggest dick. Following her is actually, I want to say King Bear was the next biggest one. Him and Boruto both have good voice actors.
Yeah.
Bear King is Toshu Genda.
Bear King is the main villain, by the way.
So what's interesting here is there's actually like two camps of voice actors here. The one that's like Bear King and Boruto are in the same voice camp, and then when you get all the way back down to like Bojack and Skunk One, they're a second camp of voice actors, and you'll see. But Bear King, he does Kurama from Naruto. So he came back as Kaido, and then he's also Papuko from Pop Team Epic.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And then so these first three, which is Bear King, Boruto, and Honey Queen, they're all in the same camp. And it's Boruto is Horiyuchi Kenyu. He's En in Dorohedoro, which is a phenomenal, like, he did such a good job there. And then just to show his range and how big dick his energy is, he's also Pain in Naruto.
That's powerful.
Yeah, so he went from En to, he technically went from Pain to En. And he's currently Kinemon, so 20 years later he picks up Kinemon. And the last three, Pin Joker...
Isn't it crazy? Kinemon has been a character in One Piece for like 10 years.
It's so weird to me. I think he's one who... Okay. So, a bit of spoiler territory. They are running One Piece very much like a Japanese epic. And I think we're in part 4 of a 5-part epic. And there's supposed to be a sacrificial character at some point. And my money's on Kinemon.
I can see that. Kinemon is a pretty big player right now.
Yeah. Apparently Raizo finally did something for once in his life. But
we'll talk about that later. But let's get to there.
Yeah, so this is the second camp. So you have the first camp of actors, a lot of shonen, a lot of kids stuff. And then we switch to the third camp, the second camp, which is Pin Joker, Skunk One, and Bojack, which are the other three villains.
Pin Joker is a Zoro Virgil, right?
Yeah, he's the Zoro Virgil. That's a great way to put it.
I fucking love his design.
It's super good.
Yeah.
Keeping up with tradition, Zoro's main enemy is a swordsman, specifically a gay clown swordsman. So
a gay clown fencer.
Yeah,
because those aren't a dime a dozen.
He's just.
But he has a really good design. I like it a lot.
But fun fact. Barati had already happened here because Zoro straight up mentions he's like, I can't die before I kill Mihawk.
Well,
and Zoro has his new sword, so this is literally right before they enter the Grand Line.
Yeah. And he's voiced by Tanaka Hideyuki. And this is like this is Camp B. So Camp A was all shonen. Camp B is like old seinen and old shonen. His most notable role is D in Vampire Hunter D, but he did a bunch of background characters for like Harlock Saga or Battleship Yamato. Those are a lot of his stuff. And he then came back and did Do Flamenco.
Damn.
Then you have Skunk One, which this is probably the only time I've seen a character who is already a character enter a movie. So it's very interesting to me. Skunk 1 is Ano Takeshi. Dude was born in 1936. He's so old, he did Kami from the original Dragon Ball. And then he picked up a bunch of Harlock voice actor roles, so once again, this can't be. Vanilla Ice in the original JoJo Bizarre Adventure. That was like the one from the 80s.
Yeah, the OVA.
And what's ironic is he was already established as Mihawk. I don't know why he didn't do Pin Joker, but he did Mihawk.
That's Mihawk?
Yeah.
He does a completely different fucking voice.
Yeah, no, he's got great vocal range. Then last on the list on Bojack. This
is he still alive?
Yeah, he's older than Skunk 1, the voice actor. He's Tanonaka Isamu. He's got a bunch of like really, really old lines. So like I don't know if you guys remember the weird Gigigi no Kitaro reboot they did a while ago.
I don't know what the fuck you just said to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so they did this show, like they had an old school shonen that was paranormal back in like the 70s, 80s. And they rebooted it, I want to say like 3 years ago. In the old version, before the reboot, he did Midami Oyaji, which is apparently a really big role. Like, and that's the thing. Once again, this is a background character for the Harlock saga. He was racially insensitive black man in Dr. Slump. And then he does come back in One Piece, but he comes back as Jaya from the pre-Skypedia arc. So he's one of the Monkey Brothers.
Okay.
The notable role, though, is the dude has been Igor since Persona 3.
Yeah, Igor's had the same voice actor for every Persona game.
Yeah, so you have Borodo, Honey Queen, and Kuma Bear, Bear King. They're in one camp. Pin Joker, Skunk 1, and Bojack is a different camp. So it's really interesting to see two camps come together here.
Hell yeah.
And you can actually tell they're different voice actors too, because like Skunk 1 and Bojack act very much like old school characters where they don't go the what? They just kind of like, oh gosh. Can we talk about Pin Joker's inability to say catchphrases right?
I think that's
funny.
Good bit. Yeah,
it's a good bit. Yeah,
his mannerisms incorrectly. It just reminded me the whole time of the Boondock Saints, where he's like, "People in glass houses sink ships."
Yeah, no, his thing was that he'd always be like, oh, the early dog gets the worm, and then the character would just go, "You mean bird?" And he'd just feel like, "Shut the fuck up."
And then he just
shut the fuck up.
So Usopp gets crucified. We'll speed it up. Everybody gets captured.
Yeah, everybody gets captured. They all lose in one way because again they're nerfed completely. And at some point while they're trying to go up the tower, Luffy gets caught in like a Star Wars, like roof is falling down, it's gonna crush him. Luffy and Zoro, but then Zoro gets captured by the gay clown to do gay clown things, and so. There's actually a really fun scene where, like, Luffy's about to get hit by, like, a ton of, like, pin needles, and Zoro, like, just takes them all, like, without hesitation. Because Luffy could be like, "Hey, Zoro, would you suck my dick for $500? And he'd go, "Yeah, don't know how I'd get $500, though."
Yeah, I knew that was coming. The moment you said $500, I'm like, he's gonna go for it.
I'm gonna go for it. I had to. But yeah, that was a fun scene, and so that's when, the Thief brothers reveal, he doesn't care about them, he just wanted them to take over, there was like a subplot where it's like the kid was like lost at sea and Boruto took him. I don't even remember his name. I'm just taking
Bororo.
Kaisu.
Borodo.
Is it Kaisu? Dude, my sub. No, not the kid, the big guy.
Oh, the kid, Boruto.
Yeah, Boruto.
Yeah,
Boruto. Where he's just like, I found him lost at sea. I believe his parents are on this island.
No, he doesn't believe they're on the island. He's just like, we're gonna find him one day.
No. He's like, I'm positive they're on this island. That's why I wanted the Straw Hats to take them out. But yeah, it's like, this is where he's like, he like ditches Luffy entirely. He's just like, I deceived you. I'm gonna go kill the big bad myself. Like the standard thing. What was I saying? And so Luffy's able to escape that. All of his friends are crucified. There's like the scene where he like upheaves like 4 entire stories of the building. Like he lifts,
shit is so raw.
Yeah, like he lifts like how he's being crushed by like the roof falling in on him. He pushes it up as well as everything above it. It's like a Jenga tower that he just like gets rid of like key points. And it's like everyone's just like, what the fuck?
What can you expect from the legendary WHAn fruit?
True. True, but yeah, so basically everyone's crucified, and then the thief Bordo comes in and is like, I have a bomb vest. This was a few months before 9/11. I have a bomb vest. I'm gonna blow everyone up.
I'm gonna blow up your tower with a bomb vest.
Yeah. And so, but then he's like, you can't do that. There's the special key that if destroyed, destroys that. And he's like, oh shit, you're right. And then Luffy pulls, power play of upheaving all the roofs, and he's like, hey, look at this cool dynamite I found. And then he blows it all up. Immediately, they're just like, you fucking idiots.
What's great is it's not just that he found the dynamite, he's holding the lighter too.
Yeah, no, like he found like the unlit dynamite and said, hey, look, I found something cool, and immediately lights it. Like he lights it before he even says, hey, look what I found. And so
then
he like
throws it at Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp.
Yeah, no, so they're like, get rid of it now, and so he tosses it towards the pile of other dynamite, and then it blows up their crucifixes, and they're like, God damn, our captain is a maniac, but at least he got us out of here. And again, all these guys, they got like swamped earlier because they were like heavily nerfed. And so they're all, like, super tired.
What is putting on a pair of shoes gonna do for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the best thing. Sorry, I gotta talk about it. Okay, so basically, so Usopp gets fart vor inflated, and goes all the way up to the ship where it's being kept at the top of the tower, and tosses everyone's things down. And the guy who destroyed Sanji earlier says, oh, you got on a pair of shoes. What's that gonna do? And then Sanji just destroys him.
Sanji kicks his fucking ass.
Literally and metaphorically.
It's so good. No, he says he just starts like berating him as he just kicks him like all across the entire field. Like he jumps down and like throws like an unlit cigarette on top of him and stumbles away. It's so raw.
And then of course you got Nami just doing what Nami does best, waiting for everyone else to beat their opponent, and then she just like locks her opponent in the cum jar.
Yeah, she jarred her opponent.
This movie happens for Nami gets like an actual fight in the show.
Yeah, no, this happened before Ocean 7. Yeah, this is before Water 7.
She gets a fight in Alabasta.
Yeah, the way that everyone beats their enemies.
This is what happens when you watch One Piece at 5 times speed.
You're right,
Moth.
because she fights my favorite member of organization, Calendar.
She doesn't have the lightning rods yet.
No, she doesn't. No. Usopp had made that for her.
Yeah, but she gets it in Alabasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she's like, I don't have a weapon, Usopp. Make me something. He's like, hey, I just learned how to control God.
I learned how to. I can make you like semi-god. Here you go. Yeah.
Here's the weather control.
Yeah. The way they all beat their opponents is pretty fun. Zoro has like the usual like slash them and then sheathe the sword. They die. Usopp just like pretends to be incapacitated, and then just goes, yeah, right, bozo, and just shoots him right in the eye.
So is now a good time to talk about the fact that the movies aren't canon because we saw Devil Fruit used years before.
No, it's not the same Devil Fruit. So I looked it up. No, I looked it up. I looked it up. Bear King used the Kachi Kachi no Mi, which is actually like the what we watched actually doesn't translate it correctly. It's the hard fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, but the hard fruit already exists too.
Does it?
Yeah, Jozu has it.
The fuck is Jozu?
Jozu is one of Whitebeard's captains.
Okay. No, that's a different thing. I don't know.
Wait. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, this guy. No, it's like different.
Pika uses the Ishi no Mi, which is the stone fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the translation we had threw it out the window and said that this dude had the stone fruit.
Mine said hard. Yeah, no, mine said stone fruit. Fun fact, this is in this movie he uses Red Hawk.
Yeah, he uses, I was thinking that, I'm like, is he using like Red Hawk and hockey before Luffy ever learned it?
No, that's just a thing he can do with his Devil Fruit.
Yeah, at some point he just kind of set his arm on fire and like burned Luffy for something. It was like so out of nowhere, it doesn't do anything.
It was Akainu before he even showed up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so basically...
Yeah, my favorite part is Luffy intentionally burning himself to throw the dude across a room.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
Can we talk about the animation and art style of this movie real quick?
It's pretty good.
It's very traditional One Piece, but it's better animated, so it is a movie. I
fucking love the way Luffy is drawn in this movie.
It's so good. He has like very like wide eyes, like very like short hair. and so he's kind of like 5% forehead. He's just like all the time, just like, hey.
This is because I think you notice it after Water 7, but this is just treasure every movie before Water 7 because you get to enjoy Luffy as the lanky kid.
Yeah.
That style is going to change, and it's gonna. We're not even gonna notice it when it does, but it's gonna come upon us rapidly. Like Luffy is still a lanky. He's so different. His body type is so different from other shonen protagonists right now.
Yeah, he's like no muscle. You could like grab him with one hand and still have like room to spare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So it's so good. Zoro is, of course, the cutthroat murderer that he is. I always like it when they show Zoro murdering people, and we really haven't seen that
Zoro
since
fucking
Punk
murders people in this movie.
He does. Yeah, no. Okay, no. They really power scaled up Zoro. Back in like the trap section, he like uplifts like an entire like stone like ground, just like all the like from like just like 30 feet out, just like grabs the ground, lodges his fingers, and then just lifts it all up to make a walkway with his like bare strength.
You gotta realize, anytime they show Zoro doing something on the ship, he is lifting astounding amount of weight.
Yeah, but
the dude lifts a fucking house in Alabasta.
True. But so it wasn't power leveled up. They just really like made use of it.
Well, that was the thing, is I want to say, before Water 7, I would put money on the table that Zoro is stronger than Luffy.
I wouldn't say that.
I'd say Zoro probably has
strong.
Yeah, I'd say he probably has more strength, but in terms of like raw utility, Luffy can do more.
No, because Zoro is Luffy's antithesis. He's a cutter.
Well, true.
No, I would honestly say before Luffy got Gear 2, Zoro was stronger than him.
I don't know, who cares?
Yeah.
No, and that was the big thing, is right before they get into the Grand Line, Zoro's like, oh, I guess I gotta finally find out if I'm stronger than my captain. Like, that was a big point of contention between them, is he's like, I don't know if my captain is stronger than me or not, and I'm not gonna respect somebody who's weaker than me.
I don't remember that
shit at all. Not before the Grand Line.
If you actually watched One Piece...
Shut the...
Was this like that scene in where like Luffy gets like drunk or whatever, and he's just like, why are you attacking the townspeople?
It's right before his dad has to save him from Smoker. It's right before you see Dragon show up to like save Luffy from Smoker, about to straight up murder him.
See, I don't remember that. The main thing I remember Zoro being is just like gargling Luffy's balls every chance he gets. I don't remember.
No, he didn't start gargling Luffy's balls until Thriller Bark.
Oh yeah, since he took the thing. Yeah.
By the way, one day we're gonna actually have to sit down and talk about like what it was that Zoro took for Luffy. Because I never understood it, and like I've actually gone back and looked at the frames from the manga. I've watched the episode again. Like, supposedly Zoro trades his life for Luffy's at that point and still lives.
Not as Luffy. No. He took like all the damage that he took.
He took all the pain that Luffy accumulated in that fight, but he didn't have. He's not made out of rubber, so he had to actually like take the full brunt of the pain.
Yeah.
All at once.
Okay.
That's what that was.
Yep. So that's when you actually see Zoro give his life for Luffy. That's the
part where Zoro's like, I would suck Luffy's dick if he asked me to.
Yeah, so we were 400 episodes in before that meme became a reality, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
So where were we at? Oh yeah, the fight with the dude.
Yeah, the fight with the dude. So long story short, Luffy uses Gomu Gomu no screw attack to win.
Oh yeah, he like fires like he like uses a Gomu Gomu no screw on like a huge cannon shell on him.
It's good.
It's really good.
By the way, can we?
Because the entire time they were building a fucking nuke. By the way.
That's right.
This movie is the main weapon in this movie is garbage. It's an oversized cannon at the top of a mile-tall tower.
Yeah.
The ballistic coefficient of what they're shooting is so useless that you're basically chucking a large rock off a cliff at something.
Yeah, he did more damage with a normal gun when he shot the 5-year-old.
Yeah, when he shot the 8-year-old off a cliff.
Yeah. So quick recap of this movie. Child murder, murder, crushing, transformation fetish, fart inflation, crucifixation.
Yeah, you would not believe this dude was an Uyghur Muslim just by like looking at his directing.
It was a few months before 9/11. Don't worry about it.
No, but that's actually a fun fact. Is I was looking at the director's like pages on like Anime Planet and whatnot, and all the comments are like, "Inshallah, brother, thank you for doing cutie like Panic and shit." I'm like, what the hell? And I look at this dude is like an Uyghur Muslim.
Powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I'm sitting there like, man, these are not traditional Orthodox Islamic values. What are you guys doing? I'm pretty sure nowhere in the Quran does it mention fart fetishism.
Don't worry about it.
They added that themselves.
But then again, nowhere in the Bible does it mention Mpreg, and here's Butch Hartman making Cosmo pregnant in The Fairly Odd Parents.
So what did y'all think?
Wait, no. You guys don't know about like the whole Butch Hartman like preaching traditional
I remember
Christian
those fucking episodes.
Yeah, but like Butch Hartman has recently gone crazy and is like he's gone like worse than Kevin Sorbo.
I know he's a crazy person. Don't worry, I've been following that shit.
He drew Shade Man.
He also traces other people's art of his own art style.
Yeah, and then charges people for it.
I still think my favorite recent artist that's come to light is Ken Penders.
That is not a recent thing. That's recent for you, and I respect that. But Ken Penders has been a problem for a while.
But like, so you saw what he did.
Ken Penders blew up recently because in the Sonic 2 movie,
he stole his tornado artwork.
Yeah, so now people who aren't submerged in this garbage are aware of him. Yeah, no, Moth. Do you know about the? Do you know Sally Acorn? The one.
Yeah. Where like he had him get like no. I know about the Archie comics. Believe it or not, I just didn't. I don't know artists. Like I didn't even know the guy who drew the original 300. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he said his main regret was that he couldn't show Sally losing her virginity to someone that wasn't Sonic.
To a gangbang, I think is what he said.
No, that is not what he said. To a skunk.
To a skunk. No, it's my favorite thing that Ken Penders did is he put like Lamar Burton in his most recent comics, and somebody's like, "Why did you draw this guy?" And he's like, "I just didn't want the character to look like a generic black man."
I like you could. There was just like cover page of like all of his characters, and then like LeVar Burton was just there in the background
with a helmet, with an astronaut helmet on. No, the best thing about it is, so he got really in love with the echidna culture, and so right before he got fired or like let go, he was never actually fired. He was always on good terms with Sega. He was copywriting the entire echidna culture, and like the tribes and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it found out that none of the copyrights held because he was trying to copyright stuff that was already copyrighted.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
like
so
he tried to sue Sega over something, and he won because they just didn't keep track of like the certain paperwork that he was trying to like attack for.
But then they settled. They must have settled or something, because then he's like, okay, well, can I still write my echidna story? And they're like, sure, but don't make it Sonic related.
Oh yeah, no. For the longest time, Knuckles couldn't have a hat.
Yeah.
Because of him.
Yeah. He copyrighted clothing on Knuckles. It was so messed up. And
it wasn't until like last year when we saw Knuckles with a hat again.
Yeah, it was for the Sonic mobile game.
I still think my favorite thing that he does, and it's just so horrifying to look at, is he draws these echidna space aliens called like the enchiladas or something. He draws these characters, and they're cute and they're cartoony and they look like they did in 1995 because Ken Penders has never gotten better at drawing. And then he hyper renders their faces behind them.
They're these echidna. They're Sonic echidnas with realistic hair on top of their like dreads. It's so fucking weird.
It's like realistic faces on top of their dreads, and it's apparently he almost was the art director for the first Sonic movie. By the way,
that would have been hilarious.
So wait, when you say first Sonic movie, do you mean like the? Do
you mean the OVA?
Yeah, the live action. So I'm gonna send you the link. Apparently, when they were discussing the first Sonic movie, he was asked to present like a concept art because he was Ken Penders. He was responsible for Archie Sonic.
Yeah, and he just sends like just the worst thing ever made.
Well, he sends it to him, and he includes like what's the Gators crew?
Oh,
yeah,
Chaotix?
It's got Laris. Yeah, he's got the Chaotix crew in it. He's got like Dark Sonic, which nobody remembers. He's got Sally Acorn and her parents in the picture. And they're like, apparently they liked it, but they're like, there's too many characters. We don't want to go this route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, One Piece.
Oh, One Piece.
So what did y'all think of One Piece Clockwork Island Adventure?
Moth, you go first.
There's not much to say. It's better than the first movie. We agreed that we were going to do a ranking of One Piece movies and how they rank against each other. And so right now, the second movie is in first place and the first movie is in second place. It shows the directors has a better understanding of One Piece. But at the end of the day, this is before Strong World. This is before the island of Dr. Baron von Montague. This is before Stampede. This is before the upcoming Red, which we're going to talk about in a second here. Like, it's just a 3-episode arc.
Yeah. It's a 55-minute movie, too, so it's pretty short.
And honestly, I like it because I don't know if you guys were on the podcast when I had that controversial take. I don't think animation studios in Japan should be allowed to do a movie for longer than an hour.
Okay, now slow down there.
No. Like, look at all of your favorite...
Just because you don't have any kind of attention span doesn't mean...
Okay, watch Welcome to the Space Show, and then after the first hour, pause it, go get, like, lunch or something, come back and keep watching it, and it completely loses its steam. And honestly, Redline has a hard time maintaining its steam, and that's one of my favorite movies.
What are you talking about?
These movies
Redline
do not
is
last
one of the
after
most
their
densely
first hour.
paced movies I've ever seen.
You want to know what movie is like the only movie where I've honestly watched and be like, yeah, that deserves 2 hours.
Redline isn't long enough.
No, the only movie I've watched where I'm like, yeah, that deserved 2 hours was like A Silent Voice.
Silent Voice is, Silent Voice, it's slow and it needs to be. That's a good movie.
No, it's a phenomenal movie, but they're like, Studio Ghibli does this too, weirdly enough. Like, Spirited Away, the one that everybody like can't stop sucking the dick of, loses its steam after the first hour. They just drag on forever.
So staying on topic, so about to hit an hour, and we haven't even talked about the news.
Okay, the news.
So your ranking would be
2 is
Clockwork
1,
Island
1 is 2.
Adventure. Okay, and then what does OVA fit into there? Where does
I'm not. You guys don't consider the OVA a movie. Honestly,
I would rank it because we watched it.
I don't want to put the OVA on the list, but if I had to put it on the list, I'd put it at second place.
Really?
Yeah, because it was so experimental that I just got to give it credit for that.
Okay.
Because I think it's literally Luffy, Nami, and Zoro, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so fun fact. This movie came out 2 weeks before the first game, so you have to know that they were doing like One Piece mania at this point.
Yeah.
This is like One Piece was. This is when One Piece started to hit the top of the world. I actually think this was before Naruto, because I'm trying to remember when Naruto started to run.
Naruto started like early 2000s, I want to say.
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit out my audio here. Naruto Chapter 1 started at October 4th, 1999.
Really?
Yep, and then One Piece Chapter 1.
Was 96?
No, it was 97.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Naruto hadn't hit the scene yet, but that was the thing. It's fun fact. When the Naruto writer quit Naruto and was like, "Okay, I'm done," before they dragged it back for Boruto, Eiichiro Oda actually said he's like worried that his writing is going to get bad because he just lost his only rival.
Damn,
that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lardo, what did you think of Clockwork Island Adventure?
Okay. This one is a bit weird. Okay, so I think that the moments where it's good, it's better than the first movie. But also, it had just, like, aspects of it that I was just like, oh, this just sucks. I just kind of hate it. Like, the Thief Brothers, I thought were the most boring thing. I thought,
oh, yeah, no, they're fucking boring. Fuck those guys.
I thought when it was like, oh, no, he's betraying the group, I was just like, I don't fucking care. I genuinely don't. I think like their dynamic with Usopp was like incredibly forced. Like they try to be like, oh, they're challenging Usopp on bravery and stuff, and Usopp's like, I'll prove to that. It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't go anywhere. It's like, I know it's a movie. You know they can't do it, but it would have been a lot stronger if it was just like the Straw Hat stuff. But
I agree.
Yeah. But I thought like. You know, the first movie, it was like, oh, it was all, like, fine. Like, I had, like, you know, like, stuff. I like the gags and stuff. I liked whenever Usopp was on screen. But there was nothing I really, like, took to. And so I was thinking about it for a second. I was just like, okay, you know, there's stuff on this movie I actively disliked, but I didn't really actively dislike anything on the first movie, so I consider the first movie better. But I really liked when the second movie was good. Like, when Sanji just, like, curb stomped that dude like he was a 5-year-old infant, I was like, yeah, this is a lot cooler than anything in the
kids
first
stop
movie.
being an infant after, like, 19 months, right? Then they're classified as a toddler.
No, you're wrong.
This isn't like a whale child or something.
No, you're wrong. He killed him.
I'm debating the semantics of, like, at what point you could stop curb stomping a child because they're stopped being an infant.
No. Every age is curb stomping age if you're a child.
No, I'm looking this up on my phone. Sudoku, go while I'm looking this up.
Okay. Clockwork Island Adventure is a lot of fun. Is not as good as I remember it being. Probably because I've seen every One Piece movie now, but I think it is more fun than the first one. I think the
an infant is 2 months to 1 year.
Yeah, so you were wrong too. So owned.
Yeah, but it's a toddler at 1 to 4, and then after that they're officially classified as a child.
No.
So, I think the supporting cast is a lot stronger in One Piece the movie.
Yeah.
Because I think the dynamic between the kid and his father. That's his dad, right? And then Luffy and Zoro was a lot more entertaining to watch, rather than fucking Boruto and the other one,
Akira.
So I think I would, but I still think Clockwork Island is better. I think out of the two, I think out of the two is better.
Yep, movie 2. So we got 2 for movie 2 and 1 for movie 1. So movie 2 takes first place until.
No, I said week. I liked movie 2 more. I said I thought more. Okay. I liked movie 2 more.
Okay.
All right. So the official ranking right now is movie 2 is first, movie 1 is second.
Yep.
All right. Now spoiler territory. One Piece announcements.
Well, not really spoilers. It's more like announcements.
One Piece trailers that have dropped recently. One of which I'm very excited for. One I actually couldn't care less about. So, One Piece movie was just announced, dodging child support through the decades.
Yes, we got One Piece movie Red.
Is it canon, by the way? Like, is this movie actually going to be canon?
Probably not. No movie is canon.
Yeah, well, no, I thought Strong World was technically canon.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure Strong World's canon.
We've talked about that. Strong World is not canon.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't believe you.
Shiki is a canon character. Just like you guys
don't believe that Zoro killed Mona.
You mean Monette?
Yeah, Mona.
Oh my god. So, we got a new actual trailer that actually shows footage of One Piece Red. It looks cool, I guess. It's about Shanks' daughter. So Shanks probably won't be in the movie at all. Yeah.
Shanks.
Okay, apparently Strong World is not canon because it would have taken place between Thriller Bark and Sabaody.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. So, One Piece Shanks, you learn that Shanks is a racist who hates fish people and that he gave his daughter to the world government because he didn't want to pay child support. And part of his 4 billion berry bounty is unpaid child support.
I don't think that's true. I don't think the racism part is true.
No, he hates fishmen. He literally calls fishmen fishers with a hard R. Like, Luffy's at least cool enough to call Jinbei his fisha. Like, Shanks doesn't even hold punches there. He's like, oh yeah, that goldfish fisher. That, like, watch the trailer again. Watch it without subtitles and you hear him say it. Just saying.
You hear him say, if you listen really closely, listen to it backwards, you hear him say a slur.
I feel like Lardo is, you're like, do I have to edit this out?
No, I'm keeping it in. Pseudo asked me to edit out his burp, but I'm using my executive powers to keep it in. I'm gonna make it louder. I am adding that reverb. In fact, I'll repeat it right now. There we go.
So yeah, no. Shanks is he's not only an anti-Semite, but apparently he's a racist now too.
What? When did he become an anti-Semite?
When he hated the celestial dragons.
That's not. Whoa! Whoa! Bad Moth.
So Shanks, absolute terrible person, racist, anti-Semite, won't pay child support, and he's Luffy's mentor.
Kind of.
And then Yasopp over the corner, same situation, can't pay child support to save his life. They get their own movie about dodging child support.
So things we know about this movie, it is an ensemble. So it actually has characters that aren't just Straw Hats. We know it has the Heart Pirates, so it has Law.
More like the Fart Pirates.
More like the Heartthrob Pirates. Oh, you see that panda bear? Or is he a koala?
He's a panda.
Is he a panda?
I think he's a panda.
I think he's a polar bear.
No, you're right. He's a polar bear. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the Heart Pirates are all about like Arctic gear and stuff. Also, is the bear a devil fruit user?
No.
Then why is he a bear?
Moth.
He's just chilling.
He's just chilling.
This is what happens when you watch One Piece at 5 times speed.
Stuff actually happens.
You miss the animal people arc.
Hey, now let's not be racist. It's bad enough that we have red hair Shanks getting his own movie. I don't need you doing it too.
This movie looks cool. It looks interesting. I'm excited for it. It comes out in August. Yeah.
No, I hate movies. I hate movies.
Honestly, I really enjoyed Strong World and the Island of Jenga.
Island of Baron Omatsuri.
Yeah, I will never remember that second word. It's not the name of the sushi roll that I can get at my local restaurant.
Just call it movie 6. It's fine.
I can't count that high. So the island of Baron Magu. Gotcha.
Yes. Red looks cool. Lardo, do you have any opinions on One Piece Red?
Lardo is still trying to figure out if he's going to edit out that comment about the Celestial Dragons.
I'm keeping it in. It's funny. Also, no comment on One Piece Unlimited World Red. No.
Well, no. One Piece Unlimited World Red was announced, and I'm not excited for it.
No, it
was not.
What is it? One Piece World Seeker was just announced?
Yeah.
One Piece Odyssey was announced.
Wait, don't we already have that game where you like go through the dungeons and you have to draw the map?
What the fuck are you talking about? That's Persona Q. For the 3DS.
That's Etrian Odyssey, you absolute uncultured moron. Who do you think invented calligraphy? Etrian Odyssey.
No, that's the game with the Viking. Or no, not with the
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
No, that's the one with the... That's the God of War one.
Mountain Blade.
No, that's the one with the subreddit. Where you
like I'm listening to freaking Lardo in the background here, like crushing up like Xanax tablets to try and kill himself.
I gaslighted you like 3 separate times in the past 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what that word means.
It doesn't mean anything.
It's not real. Don't worry about it.
So One Piece Odyssey
got it. Which is being developed by the same developers.
It just looks like Genshin Impact.
Yeah, I can't believe they got rid of Cappy this time around. I thought that was like a pretty big mechanic in the first one.
Capping.
Cappy, yeah. That was the whole thing. Mario was like, "Woohoo! I throw the cap!"
I had to, because I don't actually remember Unlimited World Red at all, so I actually thought Cappy was like the weird little rabbit character that they add to all those games to be your tutorial.
What the fuck are you talking
about?
Well,
they always have like some
that's being developed
character.
by a company that has an unpronounceable name that I don't remember.
Capcom.
Yeah, by Capcom, the developers of the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake.
This is supposed to be the news segment, and we have just proceeded to crap on our audience for not being aware of what happened. So let's try this again. So One Piece Red has been announced with a late summer, early fall release date.
It's One Piece Odyssey.
No, we're starting fresh. One Piece Red has been announced with a release date of late summer, early fall, and it's going to focus entirely on Red dodging child support.
No, we actually got an actual release date. It's August 6th.
August 6th. There you go. There you go, kids. Stay tuned. So, moving forward, a new game with the same art style as Unlimited World Seeker was announced.
Well, that's just the same models that they've used since fucking Pirate Warriors 1.
What's depressing to me, I gotta go off the script here. The trailer started with a quote from Oda that's like, "I never envisioned my characters could look this good in a video game." And
the exact same models they've used for fucking 10 years.
I just imagine they took his cigarettes away from him until he agreed to sign off on that quote.
This game, One Piece Odyssey.
This is the most One Piece game ever made.
What'd you say?
It's the most One Piece game ever made. I've seen One Piece before, and they turned that into a video game. That's what this is.
It does look like a One Piece game.
Yeah.
It has the longest development cycle of any One Piece game.
Honestly, World Seeker was actually pretty good. It was just One Piece Spider-Man.
I hear it's bad, but I haven't played it.
So it's fun if you're just doing the free world stuff, but then you realize hey, there's not actually that much free world stuff to do. So conceptually, it was almost like a tech demo from what I'm seeing with this game.
Yeah. One Piece Odyssey, it is they said it's an RPG. Judging by the trailer, it looks like it's going to be turn-based.
It looks like it's going to be, you get to choose your character, though, for a bit. You get to enjoy every
Yeah, it looks
hat.
like as far as walking around, it looks like there's sections where you're playing as different characters for the overworld, which is kind of neat.
It's a fan game,
I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
I'm going to say this. I don't feel like it's going to be approachable for people who have never been a part of One Piece, which is honestly what One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 did really, really well.
Yes. This has already shown that it'll have the 4 elders are in the game.
The 4 celestial dragons?
The 4 elders. That's what they're called.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's like Signor Celestio Summer, freaking Donatello Fall, those guys, right? They're named after the seasons.
And Lava Man is in the game in the cutscene. Yeah, he's in it.
I really appreciate that character because he got rid of the worst character in One Piece for us.
So it looks cool. It looks neat, I guess. I'd have to see more of the combat, but for sure, I can be 100% this game has fucking turn-based combat, which has me excited.
I didn't like it in Yakuza 0, or Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm probably not going to like it now.
No, that Like a Dragon is really good turn-based combat. What are you talking about?
My favorite thing about Aka Inu, though, is we always have that phrase, ace in the hole. Well, now we have a hole in the ace.
Moth, what'd I tell you about spoiling One Piece?
It needed to happen.
What'd I tell you about spoiling One Piece, Moth?
All right, you're right. Ace is still alive. We still see him in Wano arc, so he's still alive. Don't worry, people.
Yeah, that is true.
They can't kill him if they wanted to, because they gotta keep fucking Hot Topic open.
Yeah! Ace is hot. That's a fact.
Literally.
Yes.
Lardo's done. By the way, Lardo is staring at his ceiling, trying to find shapes if he presses his fingers on his eyes.
We reached an hour and 15 minutes in. My brain has officially become mush.
That's the thing. When this podcast started, we would record for 2 hours straight. So you guys have it easy compared to the old days.
I have this thing called I started the call at 10 a.m. I have been in this call for 2 hours.
Moth didn't come
because Moth was fucking late.
Moth was 50 minutes late. I want to make that clear. Moth was 50 minutes late. I made...
Moth's the one who decided the time.
Okay, no. Let me explain. I did come in 50 minutes late, but there's a reason for that. Yesterday was back day, and I overloaded my deadlifts, so I had a hard time.
Yeah, you got your back blown out. Yeah, we know, Moth. Yeah. We know.
All right, so there we go. There's the news. We got a new game in the works. We got a new movie in the works. Both kind of look okay.
It's more One Piece. Yeah. It's more Luffy. It's less hat. That's the plot. He lost his hat, and he's like, "Where's my hat? I gotta find it."
So here's a question for you: would you consider the Straw Hats a subsidy of the Red Hair crew?
No.
No. What? No.
No. I thought about it for a second, but then I didn't think about it because I don't have to. No. How in any way would they be a subsidiary of the Red Hair?
Because he's wearing Red Hat Shanks' symbol on him.
But that's not his symbol. That's not
his symbol. His symbol is the red hair.
His red hair.
That's why it's called
and
the
his
red
scar.
Hair.
His flag has a scar. That's it.
All right, kids. So there we go. Watch the second movie if you want, or don't. I'll be honest with you, we're not in the good movies yet.
We're not in movies.
We have 2 more episodes before we're into the good shit.
Well, what's movie 5?
No, movie 4. Movie 4 is good.
What's movie 4?
Movie 4 is Dead End Adventure.
I've only ever seen The Island of Dr. Poopy Butthole and no, I watched Gold. I actually enjoyed Gold.
Gold's cool. We'll get there.
Oh yeah, actually. I think I completely forgot. This movie, the second one. Did you know that the original concept for it was actually more like time based, and it used to be called One Piece: The Island of Clocks and Time?
Actually, I did know that because when I was looking for this, that
Moth,
came up
I completely lied about that. I made that up.
No. There was actually mention of it because it was talking about gears or something.
I made that up. 100%.
It was talking about gears.
I lied to you, Moth. I lied to you.
This is supposed to be a Guilty Gear movie.
Can we just name this episode the Gaslighting episode? The Island of Gaslighting?
I love gaslighting people. The Island of Gaslighting and Crucifixion.
Gosh, no, I feel bad because
Jerusalem.
I'm trying to think of what I remember now. Was it the gears or something? Something was mentioned before the diamond clock.
It's very much like a gear-based town. It was something like that, but time was never part of it. Besides just the clock.
It's more it's literally just clockwork.
We've been running the clock for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go, guys.
That was a good episode.
Hopefully we'll be back next week or not next week, but 2 weeks from now with the seasonal review because I absolutely want to curb stomp Mike. Oh. So Mike does this thing. Spoilers for next week.
Spoilers
Mike does this thing.
It's not next week. It's the next episode.
Yeah,
Slow
next
down.
episode. Every couple of months, Mike puts together a seasonal list, and he says, with absolute sincerity, that he considers me when he puts together the list. And every time, without fail, I find 7 animes that aren't on the list that I watch instead.
No, Moth. No. I'm calling you out. Almost every single time you've done that, Mike has responded, "Yeah, no, those are on the list already," and you go, "Oh."
No, let's look. Let's look
the
at what
only show that wasn't on the list was your boy Kong Ming that you actually liked and watched.
Heroines Run the Show, Birdie Wing.
Birdie Wing fucking... Okay, no, we'll talk about that. Oh, boy.
I'm pretty sure I added... Well, let's see here. No, because the first time I did it was Love After World Domination. I was like, guys, we don't have this on the list. And Mike was like, are you an idiot? And then Dance Dance Danseur, but then, yeah, Mike was like, are you an idiot? Okay, yeah. So, no, I found 4 new animes because, I'm sorry, I'm not going to watch Komi-san Can't Communicate.
That's fair.
It's a good show. No, it's not.
It's good, but also it's fair. I've soured on it because I read the manga, and I got to when it stops being good.
When they start dating?
No, that was when it started getting good again. It's when they had a love triangle subplot for genuinely 7 months.
Oh, Mike hasn't added there are 2 dark horses this season, and I'm going to make sure he adds it. The first one was Kong Ming, which is an absolute dark horse in the race.
That's on the list!
I know, but the other one is Trapped in a Dating Sim. And I will tell you why this is interesting. I'll tell you right now. It's an isekai where there are multiple people who don't know there are other people in the isekai who have all played the game, and so all of them are trying to cheese the game in their own way, and they don't know that other people are playing it.
Oh, that sounds good, actually.
That sounds actually pretty neat.
Yeah, and I actually thought it was written by a woman at first because it's good.
True.
Okay, so let's wrap this up.
Wait. First, before we do, guys, Pseudo got a new mic. Compliment his mic in the comments. Thank you.
Woo!
Say nice things about it.
It's got RGB lights.
I've been doing this podcast
for gamer.
I've been doing this podcast for 3 years, and I'm still using a Blue Yeti. I need a new mic.
Blue Yetis are fine.
I've been doing this podcast for 3 weeks, and I still have a Blue Yeti. Don't worry about it.
I was using a Blue Snowball Ice, which is like a $30 mic.
To be fair, though, like if you were to play like YouTuber Simulator or like Podcaster Simulator IRL, and you were poor, and like that would literally be your starting mic.
Yeah, until you get upgraded to XLRs.
Yeah.
To Blue Yetis.
No, XLRs.
Until you start doing stuff with like numbers and letters in the name.
Yeah, and then you get the Razer one because you're an idiot and you pay too much for a decent quality mic.
Razer doesn't make mics.
Yeah, they do. They make the Kraken. Oh, the Siren. They make the Siren.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
And then you realize that Logitech, for whatever reason, makes the superior everything.
Logitech stuff is so, like, weirdly good. I have a Logitech mouse, and it's like, dang.
Dude, Logitech is
I used a Logitech mouse for the longest time until I got a new gaming trackball.
Okay, so for the viewers, if you're looking at a new mouse right now, this is what you do. And this is the most expensive thing Logitech sells, so it's only like $100. That's not a racing wheel. They have a mouse-pad combo where the mouse pad charges the mouse, so you have a permanently wireless mouse.
That's actually really neat.
Yeah, I love it. It's called, like, the G-Pad.
I have a game ball. That's what it's called.
The trackball? I used to use trackballs on Halo because you could spin your Banshee faster than the other players and always win a dogfight.
Moth and Pseudo be like, I can't be good at video games unless I'm playing with balls.
I love balls, Charlie.
I love balls! Oh my god, that was beautiful. I'm muting everything else and, like, putting a reverb on that. That was...
I love balls! Alright,
okay.
There we go. We're done. We're done. We're good.
We're done.
See you next time.
No more balls, no more One Piece, no more anything. Bye-bye.